Hi guys, so today I'm going to be making an Alaska diorama. Now I have finished, so I'm not going to bring it in, and I just realized something. Last time I did an intro in person, I had the literal same exact outfit on. That's pretty wild. But anyways, I'm going to be doing my Alaska diorama, and it's not too detailed. But I'm going to be doing that today, and I hope you guys like it. I spent a literal 2 weeks on this. That's why when I put up the poll, I accidentally deleted the poll, and I am sorry about that. But when I did put up the poll, when it was on there, even though Alaska Diorama had the most votes, I couldn't do it that week because I didn't finish it. Because it took me 2 weeks to finish it. So I hope you enjoyed the Cute Velocities edit, and let's get into it. Cue voiceover me. Okay, so here is me just kind of whipping it up and just painting on the cardboard. It soaked up a lot of paint. I used my whole bottle of white and my whole bottle of light blue just for the background, and it was really fun to do. Starting on the sky, it wasn't too hard to do. I feel like just because it required so much paint, it was a little bit more tedious and time consuming because it would just suck up the paint. But other than that, this was actually really fun, just getting to do this diorama thing, and I loved every second of it. I'm painting over the Converse logo with black, painting over the other Converse words, getting a ton of paint on there, way more than I need. This took forever to dry doing that. By the way, I'm a size 3 in Converse. In case you were wondering, I'm a size 3. Just painting this was a great experience, and just getting to be creative. And I'm adding a little snow at the bottom here because I felt like the back was a little plain. The back of the box, not like the front of the box, but the back of the box was a little plain. So I decided to do a whole scene back here, adding snow, some little trees, and just making them into what looks like palm trees, but they're not. They are pine trees. I'm going to add more detail later, don't worry. But making little pine trees and adding I'm adding snow now before I even refine the pine tree look. But now I'm going in and refining the pine tree look. And it's just getting so detailed back here. I was wondering if it was too detailed, but I was like, I can't really go back now. And it came to life when I added these little snow droplets on the tree, because it was just so pretty and so beautiful. It was really good. I loved adding these little snow droplets on the tree. I feel like it just made the whole back. And that's when I started to think. And then bringing in to glue onto this thing. He lost a limb, and he keeps losing limbs. I just decided to pull all of them off and try and glue all of them back on instead of just one. But that didn't really work. So I decided just to take the glue and glue it onto the thing, and then glue all the limbs on separately. So I just continue to do that and just get all placed how I want them, make sure they're stuck in, and just doing that for all 4, just getting them really in there and gluing them on. And then painting onto the lake. At this point, I didn't even know that, because I formed that onto the thing, but I didn't even know this can basically just come out. I didn't even know that. I thought it was connected to the thing, but it wasn't. So sorry. So I decided to just paint it outside the box and then glue it back in, because I thought it was glued on, but it wasn't. So just gluing that back in, and then moving on to the bear. He is pretty sweet. I forgot to paint eyes on him, so he has no eyes. He has no features. He's just a plain brown bear, and it's just looking so good. I can't even see anything. But this is how he ended up looking. Very nice and bearish, I think. Getting strings of stuff. I'm adding snow to the background. Snow onto the lake. I thought that was a good idea because it's snowing. And so I added some onto the lake. Then I added a little bit of snow on the bear because it's snowing and the bear gets a little snow. Then adding some of this was kind of difficult because I could feel the hot glue underneath when I was pressing it down. And this was to look like snow. It was just a little bit of like stuffing, but this is to make it look like snow. And don't worry, I'm going to fill in all the gaps later. And then on the top, I AD and wrote Alaska diarama. Hello, this is seasonal news, where we base topics off the season. Today's topic is a little bit early, but still fun, and it is a very interesting topic. I've been talking about this topic for a long time now, haven't I? Well, the topic is Alaska, and I have a bunch of fun photos and facts to show you and tell you about. First, I'll tell you the basics, and then we'll get into the more detailed and harder stuff. Like, Alaska's nickname is the last frontier, and it was first named a state in 1959, and it is the 49th state. Well, how did it become a state? I'll tell you. It was first called Rat Island in the late 1700s and early 1800s, when it was controlled by Russia. In 1878, it was bought by William Seward, U.S. Secretary of State. He bought it for $72 billion. Can you imagine buying something that is $72 billion? That would be like buying 1 million of your favorite toys. We'll be right back after this ad. This is an ad for a Cherry Top shop. They have a bunch of cute things like slime, pins, and squishies at a very low price and very high quality. If you want to find them, you can find them on Etsy at Cherry Top Shop. This is seasonal news. Alaska has beautiful landscapes, and it snows pretty regularly there. Here is a nice picture of Alaska, all green and light. And here, when it is cold and snowy, and it's got a cute bear, a little bit of water, some nice snow, and a snowy background. This is a really good replica of what it would look like in Alaska when it snows. Now, let's get into some fun facts. Alaska's state bird is a willow ptarmigan. And isn't that hard to say? Ptarmigan. Like, that's really weird. Willow ptarmigan. And the state flower is a forget-me-not. The abbreviation of Alaska is AK. And the biggest city in Alaska is Anchorage, but the capital is Juneau. There is currently 731,011 people living in Alaska. Alaska has the largest glacier in the state. Alaska is the only state that is inaccessible by road. In all 50 states, it is the only state that is inaccessible by road. And that is all today. I hope you learned a thing or two about Alaska. Goodbye.